For over a century, the Panama Canal has served as a lifeline for global trade, acting as a shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and revolutionizing maritime commerce. Before its completion in 1914, ships had to endure a grueling 8,000-mile detour around the dangerous waters of Cape Horn, making global shipping slower, riskier, and far more expensive. The canal's construction was an engineering marvel, reshaping trade patterns, economic power, and global supply chains. But in today's rapidly evolving world, is the canal still as vital as it once was? With the rise of larger vessels, emerging trade routes, and technological advancements, some argue that the Panama Canal may struggle to maintain its dominance in international shipping. Climate change, freshwater shortages, and environmental concerns also threaten its long-term sustainability, raising questions about whether the canal can keep up with the growing demands of modern global trade. However, others argue that modernization efforts, technological advancements, and sustainability initiatives will ensure the canal remains a cornerstone of global commerce for decades to come. The real question is the Panama Canal at risk of becoming obsolete, or will it continue to evolve and adapt to the shifting landscape of international trade? Let's take a closer look at the past, present, and future of this legendary waterway and what it means for the future of global trade. The Panama Canal is widely regarded as one of the most ambitious engineering projects in human history, a feat of innovation that forever changed global trade and geopolitics. Its construction, completed in 1914, marked the beginning of a new era for maritime commerce, allowing ships to bypass the grueling 8,000-mile journey around Cape Horn, the treacherous southern tip of South America. This route was notorious for violent storms, unpredictable currents, and extreme sailing conditions, making it one of the most dangerous maritime passages in the world. By cutting travel times in half, the canal became an essential gateway for international trade, allowing goods to move faster, more efficiently, and at lower costs. It transformed the global economy, boosting commerce between North America, Asia, and Europe, and solidifying its status as one of the most strategic trade routes on the planet. But the canal's importance goes beyond trade. Throughout history, it has played a vital geopolitical role. During World War II, the United States heavily fortified the canal, fearing that Axis powers might try to seize control. During the Cold War, the canal remained a critical military asset, serving as a key naval passage for the United States to move warships quickly between oceans. Control of the canal was seen as so crucial to national security that the United States maintained military bases in the region for decades. However, in 1999, the United States officially handed over control of the canal to Panama, a move that reshaped the country's economy. Today, the canal is one of Panama's largest sources of revenue, generating billions of dollars annually and supporting thousands of jobs in logistics, infrastructure, and maritime operations. The fees collected from every ship that passes through contribute significantly to Panama's GDP, making it one of the country's most valuable assets. Yet as the global economy evolves, the Panama Canal faces new challenges that threaten its dominance. Rising competition, technological advancements, and environmental concerns could reshape the future of this historic trade route. Despite its rich history and global significance, the Panama Canal is now facing some of the biggest challenges in its existence. Shifting trade dynamics, environmental pressures, and technological advancements are forcing a reassessment of its role in global commerce. Let's break down some of the key threats that could reshape its future. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been one of the fastest and most efficient shipping routes, but emerging alternatives are starting to challenge its dominance. The Arctic shipping lanes. With climate change causing Arctic ice to melt, new northern trade routes are opening up, particularly the Northern Sea Route along Russia's coastline. This passage can shorten shipping times between Asia and Europe by up to 40%, bypassing the Panama Canal altogether. While still seasonal and dependent on icebreaker support, if Arctic routes become viable year-round, they could undermine the canal's role in east-west trade. Land-based transport networks. Countries are investing heavily in alternative freight routes, including high-speed rail and intercontinental transport corridors. China's Belt and Road Initiative is creating rail connections from Asia to Europe, allowing goods to move overland in record time, reducing reliance on maritime shipping. The shipping industry is seeing a shift toward ultra-large container vessels, many of which exceed the size limits of the Panama Canal, even after its 2016 expansion. These megaships are choosing to take longer routes around South America or rely on ports that can handle their size, such as those in Los Angeles, Rotterdam, and Singapore. If this trend continues, the canal may lose some of its importance in global shipping logistics. The Panama Canal expansion in 2016 was a major step forward, allowing larger ships to pass through the locks. However, as global trade volumes continue to increase, the canal still faces limitations that could slow down its efficiency. Even with expanded locks, periods of high demand still lead to congestion. Some vessels must wait in long queues, adding extra costs for shipping companies and causing delays in global supply chains. Ships are getting larger at a faster rate than the canal's infrastructure can handle. Some of the latest container ships can carry over 24,000 TEUs, far beyond the canal's current limits. This means an increasing number of global shipping firms are opting for alternative trade routes, reducing reliance on the Panama Canal. Beyond trade and logistics, the Panama Canal faces mounting environmental challenges that could threaten its long-term sustainability. Unlike the Suez Canal, which operates at sea level, the Panama Canal relies on fresh water from Gatun Lake to function. Recent droughts in Panama have severely reduced water levels, forcing canal authorities to limit the number of vessels passing through per day. With climate change increasing the risk of longer and more intense dry seasons, securing a reliable water supply is becoming a major concern for the canal's future. The construction and ongoing operation of the canal have altered natural ecosystems, impacting Panama's rich biodiversity. The canal's water management system increases the risk of invasive species moving between oceans, disrupting marine life and fisheries. Environmentalists warn that without sustainable management, the canal could face growing ecological consequences in the coming years. What's next for the Panama Canal? With competition growing, capacity challenges increasing, and environmental risks looming, the Panama Canal must adapt to stay relevant. The question is, can modernization efforts and sustainability initiatives secure its future, or will alternative trade routes gradually replace its role in global commerce? Despite the challenges facing the Panama Canal, major initiatives are already underway to modernize, optimize, and sustain its relevance in global trade. The canal's future depends on its ability to evolve, and current efforts focus on expansion, technology, and sustainability. The 2016 Panama Canal expansion was a landmark project, allowing larger vessels, known as Neo-Panamax ships, to pass through the newly constructed third set of locks. This upgrade increased cargo capacity by more than 50%, ensuring the canal could remain competitive in the face of growing global trade demands. But the evolution of shipping is ongoing, and more upgrades are being explored. As ships continue to grow in size, the canal must keep pace to accommodate them. Officials are evaluating further deepening of the navigational channels to support heavier cargo loads. New lock designs could introduce more water-efficient operations, helping counteract freshwater shortages while still expanding capacity. Some proposals suggest a fourth set of locks may be needed to handle even larger vessels in the future. Without continuous improvements, the canal risks losing traffic to alternative routes, making modernization an essential long-term strategy. The shipping industry is rapidly adopting new technologies, and the Panama Canal is no exception. The integration of AI, data analytics, and automation is already transforming operations to make the canal more efficient and competitive. The canal is implementing artificial intelligence to predict and optimize vessel movements, ensuring smoother traffic flow. Advanced scheduling algorithms will help minimize bottlenecks and reduce wait times, improving overall transit efficiency. Real-time monitoring systems are being deployed to track ship movements with greater precision. Automation is allowing canal authorities to coordinate lock operations faster, improving overall safety and reliability. AI is helping monitor water levels in real time, optimizing freshwater usage and ensuring the locks operate as efficiently as possible. Predictive analytics allow canal operators to adjust water release schedules based on traffic flow, minimizing waste. By embracing smart technology, the Panama Canal is positioning itself as a 21st century trade hub capable of competing with alternative routes and modern logistics networks. Focus on sustainability, securing long-term viability. Sustainability is becoming a top priority for the Panama Canal, as climate-related challenges such as freshwater shortages and environmental concerns continue to grow. Water conservation strategies. Unlike the Suez Canal, which operates at sea level, the Panama Canal relies on fresh water from Gatun Lake to function. To preserve this critical resource, authorities are exploring reservoir expansion projects that could help maintain water availability even in dry seasons. Pollution reduction and environmental protections. New regulations are being introduced to reduce emissions from vessels passing through the canal. Efforts to minimize the impact on surrounding ecosystems include stricter controls on invasive species and better waste management systems for ships. The Panama Canal Authority is considering rewarding eco-friendly vessels with priority transit slots or lower fees, encouraging the industry to adopt cleaner technologies. By focusing on green innovation, the Panama Canal is ensuring its long-term viability while aligning with the global push for sustainable trade solutions. The big question, will these innovations be enough? These modernization efforts signal that the Panama Canal is evolving rather than becoming obsolete. However, rising competition, climate change, and shifting trade routes continue to challenge its relevance. The real question remains, will these advancements be enough to keep the Panama Canal at the heart of global trade, or will alternative routes slowly take its place? Despite rising competition, environmental concerns, and evolving trade patterns, the Panama Canal remains one of the most vital arteries of global commerce. More than just a shortcut between two oceans, it plays a foundational role in keeping supply chains efficient, economies connected, and industries thriving. The Panama Canal is at the heart of international logistics, linking over 140 maritime trade routes and serving nearly 1,900 ports in 170 countries. It facilitates the movement of essential goods, from consumer products and raw materials to food supplies and energy resources. Approximately 6% of global maritime trade passes through the canal each year, underscoring its massive influence on international commerce. The canal is especially crucial for the United States, China, and Europe, where major shipping lines rely on it to transport goods efficiently between major economic hubs. Key commodities such as grain, petroleum, and manufactured goods move through the canal daily, ensuring steady supply chains for industries worldwide. Reducing costs, enhancing efficiency. Beyond just providing a faster route, the Panama Canal is critical in keeping global shipping costs down. By eliminating the need for ships to travel the extra 8,000 miles around South America, the canal significantly reduces fuel consumption, transit time, and overall shipping expenses. For businesses, this means lower transportation costs, which ultimately translate to more affordable goods for consumers. A symbol of human ingenuity and global cooperation. The Panama Canal is more than just a trade route. It stands as a monument to human ambition, engineering mastery, and international collaboration. Its construction in 1914 was considered an unparalleled feat of innovation, reshaping how goods and resources moved across the world. The handing over of control to Panama in 1999 marked an important milestone in sovereignty and economic independence, demonstrating the canal's significance beyond just commerce. Today it remains a testament to global cooperation, where nations, industries, and workers come together to maintain and operate one of the world's most critical pieces of infrastructure. An evolving legacy. As global trade continues to shift, the Panama Canal must adapt and innovate to stay ahead. But one thing is clear, its strategic importance will not fade overnight. With ongoing modernization, sustainability efforts, and advancements in technology, the Panama Canal is positioning itself for the future, ensuring that it remains one of the most crucial trade routes in the world for generations to come. Concluding thoughts. As global trade continues to evolve, so too must the Panama Canal. For more than a century, it has been a vital link in the world's supply chain. But in today's world of megaships, emerging trade routes, and technological advancements, its future depends on adaptation, innovation, and sustainability. The real question isn't whether the canal will survive, but how it will transform to meet the demands of the next century of trade. Can ongoing expansions, smart technology, and sustainability efforts secure its position as an essential trade route? Or will alternative routes slowly take its place in global shipping? The Panama Canal's legacy is undeniable, but its future remains an open question. What do you think? Will the canal remain a cornerstone of global trade, or are we witnessing the rise of new shipping corridors that could one day replace it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this deep dive into global trade trends insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content on trade, shipping, and international commerce. Sources listed in the description.